Uncover the fascinating true story that inspired Disney's Moana, including the rich history and culture of ancient Polynesia. Ancient Polynesians were skilled navigators who traveled vast distances using only stars and ocean currents. The real Moana is inspired by the history and culture of Pacific Islanders, including Hawaiians and Samoans. Polynesian wayfinders used observations of nature to navigate, not maps or compasses. The demigod Maui is a figure in many Pacific Island cultures, known for his mischievous and magical deeds. Ancient Polynesian societies were highly social and communal, with a strong emphasis on family and respect. The legacy of ancient Polynesian navigators and their culture continues to inspire people around the world today. Reveal the hidden world of Napoleon's espionage agents, who infiltrated European royal courts and gathered intel to fuel his military campaigns. Napoleon's spy network, known as the Bureau Central, was established in 1796 to gather intel on European rivals. His agents infiltrated royal courts, posing as aristocrats, servants, and even lovers to gather sensitive information. Napoleon's spies used cryptic messages, invisible ink, and coded letters to communicate with Paris. One of Napoleon's most successful spies was a woman named Madame de Saint-Amaranthe, who infiltrated the Russian court. Napoleon's intel network helped him win key battles, including the Battle of Austerlitz, considered one of his greatest victories. Delve into India's border disputes with Nepal, Bhutan, and Pakistan in the Himalayas, including the Doklam Plateau standoff and the Kashmir region. India's Himalayan borders stretch over 4,000 kilometers, making them one of the longest in the world. The Doklam Plateau standoff in 2017 brought India and China to the brink of war over Bhutanese territory. Nepal claims 370 square kilometers of Indian territory, including the Lipulekh Pass, a strategic trade route. Pakistan controls 35% of the disputed Kashmir region, with India controlling 45% and China controlling 20%. The McMahon Line, established in 1914, forms the disputed border between India and China in the Himalayas. India's Himalayan disputes have resulted in several wars and skirmishes, including the 1962 Sino-Indian War and witnessed the incredible achievements of analog computers, including the fastest computation of pi, 702 digits in 40 seconds, and the largest calculation of a mathematical constant, over 1,000 digits. Analog computers achieved incredible feats in mathematical computations before digital computers became dominant. In 1949, an analog computer calculated pi to 702 digits in just 40 seconds. This record-breaking computation was a milestone in the history of mathematics and computing. Another analog computer achieved a calculation of a mathematical constant to over 1,000 digits. These analog computers used mechanical or electrical components to perform complex mathematical operations. Their achievements remain impressive, showcasing the potential of analog computing in the pre-digital era. Relive the 44-month Siege of Sarajevo, Bosnia, where civilians endured snipers, shelling, and starvation, and meet survivors like Senad, who shares his harrowing experiences and insights on resilience. The Siege of Sarajevo lasted 44 months, from April 1992 to February 1996. The city was surrounded by Bosnian Serb forces, who shelled and sniped civilians daily. Over 11,000 civilians, including 1,500 children, were killed during the siege. The city's 380,000 residents were cut off from food, water, and electricity for months. The United Nations declared Sarajevo a haven in 1993, but failed to intervene effectively. Despite the horrors, Sarajevo's residents showed remarkable resilience, with many finding ways to survive and resist. Relive the record-breaking 21.1-second hat-trick by Bill Mosienko in 1952, still the fastest in NHL history. On the 23rd of March 1952, Bill Mosienko made NHL history with a record-breaking hat-trick. Mosienko scored 3 goals in just 21.1 seconds, a feat that still stands today. The Chicago Blackhawks right-winger achieved this incredible record against the New York Rangers. Mosienko's hat-trick was part of a 7-6 Blackhawks win at Madison Square Garden. This remarkable achievement has been recognized by the Hockey Hall of Fame. Moisienko's record has withstood the test of time, remaining unbroken for over 70 years. Meet Oskar Swan, a Swedish shooter who won a bronze medal at the 1920 Summer Olympics in Antwerp at the age of 72, making him the oldest Olympic medalist in history. Oskar Swan was a Swedish shooter who competed in the 1920 Summer Olympics. He won a bronze medal at the age of 72, making him the oldest Olympic medalist. Swan competed in 3 Olympic Games, 1920, 1924, and 1928, spanning 44 years. At 72, Swan's Olympic debut was also his first medal win, an incredible achievement. The 1920 Summer Olympics, where Swan won, were held in Antwerp, Belgium. Swan's record as the oldest Olympic medalist has stood for over 100 years, still unbeaten. Find out which countries have the most red cards in World Cup history, with surprising entries like Brazil and Argentina. Brazil tops the list with 30 red cards in World Cup history. Argentina follows closely with 25 red cards, often due to intense rivalry matches. Germany and Uruguay are also among the top, with 22 and 21 red cards respectively. The most red cards given in a single World Cup was 36 inches the 2002 tournament. Brazil's infamous 1-0 loss to Uruguay in 2010 was marred by 10 red cards, most in a single match. These countries' disciplinary records reflect their passionate and competitive football cultures. The story of the infamous BCG vaccine trial in 1930 seconds, where 300 children were given a faulty tuberculosis vaccine, leading to 73 deaths. In 1935, a BCG vaccine trial began in Lübeck, Germany, aiming to immunize against tuberculosis. The trial tragically used a contaminated vaccine, leading to severe infections in many children. Out of 300 children vaccinated, 73 died, and many more suffered from TB or its severe forms. The disaster led to major reforms in vaccine testing and safety protocols globally. Scientists learned the critical importance of vaccine validation and sterilization techniques. The Lübeck trial remains a pivotal, cautionary tale in medical history, shaping modern vaccine development. In 1963, the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, an American tanker, disappeared while traveling through the Gulf of Mexico, killing all 39 crew members on board. The SS Marine Sulphur Queen was a 5'7" tanker, built in 1944 inches, Pennsylvania. On the 2nd of February 1963, the ship set sail from Beaumont, Texas, carrying 15,000 tons of molten sulfur. The tanker was last spotted on radar at 10:30 p.m., about 100 miles south of New Orleans. Despite extensive searches, no wreckage or debris from the ship was ever found. Theories about the ship's disappearance include a catastrophic explosion, fire, or even a pirate attack. The incident remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries in American history, with all 39 crew members lost at sea.